Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Enterprise, Season 2, Episode 17, Canamar. So, I don't know if it's not necessarily the best movie ever made, but one of my favorite movies, probably mostly from nostalgia, is Con Air. And, I mean, Nicolas Cage is fantastic, everybody's great. So, this episode is basically like somebody sat down, watched this movie, and was like, you know what, if we took John Malkovich's character, and we took like John Cusack's character, and we kind of rearranged this, why don't we just throw in Archer and Tripp? Boom, there you go, we're done. And it's a really bad just remake of Con Air, to be honest with you, where it's just Archer and Tripp have been falsely accused of smuggling, and they're put onto a transport ship being arrested. And at first, it's like, okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't know where it's going, but it's kind of cool. And then suddenly the prisoners break free. And then they take over the ship. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I've seen this movie. I gotcha. Okay. And then there's a Nausicaan in there. Like, for whatever reason, it's cool. Like, and it's weird to watch how Nausicaans have evolved and devolved and changed over the years, going back from, like, their first mention to when we first see them in The Next Generation, watching them, like, stab Picard through the heart and stuff. And now here we are, even in Voyager, like, they started becoming more intellectual and stuff. And now, like, they've completely changed. Like, I didn't even recognize him as a Nausicaan until they said he was. And, like, the way he speaks and everything, I was like, okay, so you are not the same Nausicaan, like, species as we see later on in The Next Generation. But whatever, that's cool. And then most of this whole episode, it's kind of interesting. It is a good plot because it's been done before. Watching like Tripp and Archer have to pretend to be criminals to fit in with everybody and like slowly get through the aircraft and like have to land it safely and blah, 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 which they don't do, obviously. And then, of course, Enterprise comes in at the last minute, saves the day, rescues all the prisoners except for the one that was leading everything because he's going to go down with the ship. Sean Whalen is in there, who plays, like, the most annoying, like, weird, like, seaweed creature ever, who's a great character actor from, like, Twister, People Under the Stairs, all sorts of stuff like that. So, recently, I've been watching the Star Wars cartoon, the Resistance cartoon. He actually kind of reminded me of Niku. Like, I don't know if you guys watch that show and remember this episode, but, like, it's almost the same person. Like, just the way they talk and everything. So, I thought that was kind of cool. But for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? If you've seen Con Air, did you think this was a ripoff? Go ahead, let me know. What do you think about the Nausicaan changes? I will see you guys next time for Crossing.